Hello, students. Today we are going to explore the fascinating topic of the climates of India. By the end of this session, you'll understand the difference between weather and climate, the various seasons in India, the types of climate across regions, and the factors that influence them. Let's begin. India's varied landscape of mountains, deserts, and coasts creates multiple climate zones. Seasonal wind shifts bring critical rainfall periods that shape life across the subcontinent. Climate influences agriculture, festivals, and daily life throughout India. Understanding climate helps prepare for natural disasters and address environmental changes. Now we'll look at weather, seasons, and the climate. Weather refers to daily atmospheric conditions that change frequently. Climate is the average weather patterns over decades in a specific area. Seasons are recurring annual periods with distinct weather patterns. India has 5 main seasons including monsoon. The 6 traditional ritus include Vasant, Grishma, Varsha, Sharad, Hemant, and Shishir. Seasonal festivals include Vasant Panchami, Sharad Purnima, etc. Let's explore the different types of climates in India. The Himalayan region has an alpine climate with cold, snowy winters and cool summers. People wear thick clothes for protection. The northern plains have a subtropical climate with very hot summers and cold winters. It is a major wheat-growing region of India. The western coast has a tropical wet climate with heavy monsoon rainfall, which is ideal for growing rice and spices. The Thar Desert has an arid climate with extreme temperature variations. People use special water conservation techniques. Now, let's understand the factors determining the climate. Global factors include worldwide patterns that affect large regions, including latitude and global wind systems. Regional factors include features like mountain ranges and large water bodies that influence surrounding areas. Local factors are small-scale elements like forests, urban areas, and valleys that create microclimates. Let's study the effect of latitude. Latitude measures distance from the equator. Areas near the equator receive direct sunlight, creating intense heat. At the poles, slanted rays spread heat over larger areas and pass through more atmosphere. Kanyakumari and Nicobar Islands, which are near the equator, stay warm year-round. Srinagar, which is farther north, experiences cooler temperatures. Moving on to altitude. As altitude increases, temperature decreases. For every increase of 165 meters in elevation, the temperature drops by about 1 degree Celsius. In summer, places like Ooty, which are at higher altitudes, experience temperatures ranging from 10 to 25 degrees Celsius. But lowland areas like Coimbatore, even though they are at the same latitude, see temperatures between 25 and 38 degrees Celsius. This is because air at higher altitudes is less dense and is farther from the Earth's warm surface, making hill stations cooler. Let's now examine proximity to the sea. Coastal areas experience milder temperatures with moderate seasonal variations. Winds from the Himalayas bring cold waves to northern foothills in winter months. Winds from oceans carry moisture inland, leading to rainfall in coastal regions. Winds from Arabian deserts cause heat waves in Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, and Madhya Pradesh. Winds from the Himalayas bring cold waves to northern foothills in winter months. Winds from oceans carry moisture inland, leading to rainfall in coastal regions. Now we'll study the impact of topography. The Himalayas block cold desert winds from Central Asia, protecting northern India. The flat desert has no protection from hot, dry winds, creating extreme conditions. The Western Ghats influence monsoon rainfall patterns across peninsular India. Let's understand what microclimate means. A microclimate is a small area's climate that differs from surrounding regions. Examples include enclosed valleys, forests, and urban heat islands. These localized climate conditions affect plants, animals, crops, and human health in specific areas. Now, let's explore the monsoons. The word monsoon comes from Arabic mawsam, meaning season. It refers to seasonal winds over the Indian Ocean and South Asia. Monsoons occur because land heats and cools faster than oceans. This creates pressure differences that drive powerful seasonal winds. Monsoons are important because they fill rivers and lakes, water soil for agriculture, grow essential crops, and shape Indian culture and economy. Let's study the summer monsoon, also called the southwest monsoon. In summer, the Asian landmass heats up, creating a low-pressure system that draws in air. Cooler, high-pressure ocean air flows toward land, collecting moisture along the way. Rainfall starts in early June at India's southern tip, reaching the whole country by mid-July. Mountains block winds, causing heavy rain on western slopes but less on the Deccan Plateau. Now we'll study the winter monsoon, or the northeast monsoon. Land cools faster than ocean in winter. High pressure forms over land, and low pressure forms over the ocean. Winds from land bring dry weather to most regions. Some winds pick up moisture from the Bay of Bengal, causing rain in the east and south. Let's look at some interesting monsoon facts. Mawasynram in Meghalaya receives 11,000 millimeters of rainfall, the world's highest annual rainfall. Monsoon ragas like Medhmilhar and Amritvarshini celebrate rain. Golden shower trees bloom 50 days before rain, giving a natural warning. Traditional knowledge helps predict monsoons. For example, fish surfacing on the Konkan coast often signals approaching rainfall. Let's talk about how climate affects our lives. Climate shapes India's culture, economy, and daily life. Many festivals like Baisakhi and Onam are tied to seasons and farming cycles. These celebrations mark important agricultural events like harvests or the arrival of rain. Let's now examine how climate affects the economy. Poor rainfall hurts farming and reduces food supply. Food scarcity leads to higher prices for consumers. Rural workers move to cities seeking alternative employment. Industries need predictable weather and water to function properly. Let's move on to climates and disasters. Cyclones are common on the eastern coast, caused by intense low-pressure systems over the sea. They destroy homes, trees, and infrastructure. Floods occur when water overflows onto dry land, often during monsoons in states like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Assam. Landslides happen when heavy rainfall destabilizes hillsides, especially in mountainous regions with deforestation. Dry conditions in summer months can lead to devastating wildfires in forested regions. Now, let's learn more about cyclones. Cyclones form when moist air from the sea creates large clouds that spin around a calm center called the eye of the cyclone. The India Meteorological Department, or IMD, monitors these storms and issues early warnings. During cyclones, the National Disaster Response Force, or NDRF, carries out emergency rescue operations. Let's take a closer look at floods. Floods are caused by heavy monsoon rainfall, overflowing rivers, poor urban drainage, and glacial bursts in the Himalayas. Some of the worst affected regions include Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Assam, and Uttarakhand. In 2013, the Kedarnath disaster, caused by a glacial burst, killed around 6,000 people and destroyed many villages in the region. Let's continue with landslides. Landslides are sudden collapses of rock or soil, often seen in hilly regions like Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, and the Western Ghats. They are triggered by heavy rainfall, earthquakes, deforestation, or poor construction practices. Next, let's learn about forest fires. Forest fires are uncontrolled blazes that spread through forests or grasslands. These are common in Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and the Western Ghats. They are caused by dry weather, droughts, high winds, or human carelessness. The impact includes destruction of forests, harm to animals, polluted air, and displacement of people. Now, let's discuss climate change. Climate change is a long term shift in climate patterns, like changes in temperature or rainfall. It was previously caused by natural processes, but since the 19th century, it has been driven by human activities. Let's explore the main causes of climate change. Burning coal, oil, and gas releases greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide. Removing trees that absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere contributes to the problem. Harmful industrial activities and wasteful consumption patterns also play a role. Let's understand the effect of greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases trap heat, causing global warming. India saw a 1 to 3 degrees Celsius rise above normal in early 2025. Shorter winters are affecting farming and small industries. There are more frequent crop failures and community challenges. Finally, let's look at the solutions. We need mitigation by reducing emissions, planting trees, and using renewable energy sources. We also need adaptation, which means building resilience to adapt to inevitable climate changes. Government action is important to promote sustainable practices while balancing economic growth needs. We hope that you have understood the topic. You can now study chapter notes, watch video lectures, and solve MCQ tests of this chapter on EduRev to ensure you score well in your school exams. And that's not all. You also get amazing courses for maths, science, English, Hindi, and much more for class 4. Thank you.